Hey, what's going on, everybody? JJ Wilson here. I figured I'd make this recording and just seeing what the business is. I finished Neo 2, and right now I'm playing Romance of the Three Kingdoms 14 that came out like. It was funny because when I downloaded from PlayStation Network, it said March 13th, 2020, which was I think it was the same day as Neo 2 that came out. And yet when I looked it up online, it said January, I think. So it hasn't been out that long. But it's one of those long, drawn out games where you do like strategy and you're trying to conquer China and everything with warlords and stuff like that. So that's probably why I'm not going to live stream it, really. I mean, I could do it, but, it'll have to be like if I really, really had something to talk about. But this recording is partly responsible. Well, not partly responsible, but it's partly due to, based on what I heard with VGL talking about with the game, Last of Us 2, and may touch on a little bit on this coronavirus stuff too. But talking about the Last of Us 2, no, I have not looked at the leaks. I was planning to get that game, but kind of like what VGL was talking about last night on his live. Yeah, I was looking more forward to Ghost of Tsushima more so than The Last of Us 2. And I was disappointed to hear that it got delayed because of The Last of Us 2 at the last minute saying, oh, we're going to release our game after all, which, like many people, threw a lot of people off because initially they said that they weren't going to be ready and the game was going to come out indefinitely because of the virus pandemic. And then all of a sudden, because that dude from their company wasn't happy with them and he leaked out that ending story, the end of the game, and then at the last minute, it's like, okay, we're going to have to release the game now because this guy just pretty much, he spilled the beans, I guess the higher up's like, let's just go ahead and release the game. And it is what it is. Let's just get our money now. Let's get the money now. So that way we can try to pay our people for all their hard work. And it's funny because on Twitter, I was looking at Mr. Eddie's comment because he had put up this article. Shout out to Mr. Eddie if he sees this. But he was putting up this article talking about the reason why that dude did what he did at Naughty Dog, the employee. And I did not know this. It turns out when people make these big time games like this, such as The Last of Us, when they make these big games, they get underpaid a lot of times. They don't really get paid their full salary. So they often they're working these long hours and they're getting underpaid actually. But then by the time the game comes out, they actually get paid more based on the sales. So I don't know if this is a common practice or not. I'm sure those in the gaming community can actually fill me on that aspect. So yeah, employees get paid more based on how the game sells. And I think in that article it said Naughty Dog was promising all these people, hey, you'll get your bonus check once the game comes out for a couple weeks. And people were going to use the extra money to pay for their mortgage and, pay for their kids' college or, go on a vacation, honeymoon or whatever, wedding, things of that nature. And all that was blown up in smoke when the whole viral outbreak popped off. And I'm going to get to that in a minute. When that whole viral outbreak popped off, like I said, all those bonuses were gone. Like they were finito. And I think that's one of the major reasons for the implosion is just people, they're not going to get what they were promised for as far as their salaries are concerned. And hopefully, if that really is the case with Naughty Dog, it's no wonder they are under fire right now. Like there's too much gasoline in there's too much gasoline in the car, and if you light it up well enough, it's gonna explode. So I mean, it's bad. That's not pretty if that's the case. But then again, Mr. A is like reassured me. He's like, hey man, don't this might be complete BS right here, but you know, we got a lot of haters out there that want this game to downfall anyways. So even with that, according to him, even with that said, he was going to go ahead and still buy the game. And I probably will too, just, you know, based on the gameplay and based on my experience from the first one. But yeah, the story is as terrible as people are saying is at the ending, then oh boy. Oh boy. Oh man, like I said, I'm not trying to spoil myself, and I don't want nobody in the comment section saying what exactly happened either. You know, you'll probably end up getting timed out. Just fair warning. So yeah, on to the viral outbreak. Now, as far as me is concerned, I do have to report back to work physically Monday. What day is that? May 4th? Let me check. Yeah, May 4th. And the state I lived in, they started easing lockdown restrictions on the 30th, and they even let people go back on the beach. With the few beaches that we do have, they let people back out on the beach. And when I got a look at the news yesterday, it wasn't that many people out there, honestly. It was just a bunch of old folks out there, really. You know, I guess they couldn't wait to get out there because they got so bored, and they probably got a condo out there, and they probably couldn't wait to step out on the beach and sand. So that's probably why they was out there. Unless they were driving like an hour or 2 hours away from their country house or somewhere like that. So yeah, it wasn't that many people out on the beach. Nothing like California. Oh my goodness. So first, I know a lot of you saw them pics, man. All them folks in Orange County just not bothering to stay away from each other, and they just packed in there like it's a normal day in the summer or the springtime in Cali. It's like, I'm just looking at this like, man, these folks just don't care, bro. These dudes don't care at all, and it's sad. It's sad in a country like this, like folks just don't know how to really follow rules. They just don't know how to follow rules, and then it forced their governor to shut down that county's beach. At first, it was going to be the state. The whole state was going to shut down. But then he's like, no, I'll just do the county, since they're the main people that decide to go out there and act like it was a normal spring day. I'm just going to have to shut that county's beaches down. Unbelievable. And I don't know about Florida. They'll probably keep theirs open, as crazy as they are. They might just keep theirs open. Because they've already did some sports teams, like I know they did for wrestling and MMA. Like they said, their state's going to be sports essential, meaning that they're allowing those guys to do their events in Florida. So guys can actually train out there. I don't know how effective that's going to be. I don't know if that's such a good idea, but that remains to be seen. Now, this month, I'm predicting that maybe the cases and all that will slow down. But that's only because of the whole lockdown situation that we had the first time around. But I'll give it till about June. I would give it till about June until you'll start seeing another rise in cases, which that would be the second wave. It won't be in the fall, really. That's probably going to be wave number 3. And I'm telling you, that this government tries to ask for another lockdown even afterwards, which I'm pretty sure is going to happen. I'm pretty positive that might happen. Yeah, then you're going to start seeing some riots. You're probably going to start seeing some riots. If you already have folks running around in these Capitol buildings in their respective states, you know, throwing up signs and everything, putting their bodies at risk without even realizing it, chances are they're going to really put their bodies at risk when these state governments try to do lockdowns again. And just today, I found out in Ohio, they extended their lockdown to May 29th. So they're doing it already. They're doing it already. So I feel for you guys up in Ohio. I feel for you. Dang, another month of this crap. Ain't no telling what my state's going to do. We haven't had that many cases, like, compared to the rest of the South, but, you know, only time will tell when that might be a mistake. So, all I can tell you guys, just you know, keep doing what you're doing. Me, I do have a mask. I do wear it when I go in grocery stores, primarily. Some of these other places, half the time I don't really wear it because I go in there, I get, like if I go in a restaurant, I'll go up in there, get my food or whatever, now I jump out. And I do have some cleaning wipes and sanitizer when I get in the car. Like I'll wipe my hands, or if I got on the medical gloves or whatever, I'll do that. I'll do the same thing. Doesn't really matter. I'll sanitize my hands and things like that. So it's just little stuff like that. And it's gonna be impossible to stay consistent, man. It's just human nature to just forget the small details and try to clean your body. You know, you just gotta hope for the best and hope you don't get sick for as long as you can. That's pretty much what I can tell you guys. But yeah, just wanted to do that little talk. If I come up with something else, I'll get back on here. But maybe I'll get my 200th subscriber. Shout out to Alex. So he was telling me in one of my videos that I'm close to getting 200 subs. I was like, hey man, I won't beg for it. I'm not gonna beg for it. So if I get it, I'll get it. You know. But anyway, thanks for everybody that's been supporting me and everything. I don't tell people to subscribe to my channel. I just put up my stuff out there, and if folks like it, folks like it. They don't like it, you know. I'll just leave it at that. But anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. See ya.